Thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today for this webinar titled How to Stay Productive, the Remote Worker. I'm Robert Schomer. I'm one of the product managers here at Mindshift. My focus is on workflow automation, virtual infrastructure as a service technology, as well as workstation and server backup solutions. I've been with Mindshift since 2008 with a focus on delivering on-premise and cloud-based solutions for our customers. I have over 10 years experience in product management and have been working remotely successfully for over 2 years. During our time together, we will discuss culture, productivity of the remote worker, and the increase in telecommuters across different types of industries. The remote worker. What does that mean? Sitting on the sofa in your pajamas? Well, for some it could, but for most of us who work remotely, whether it be mostly from the home or on the road, self-motivated remote employees can deliver the same exceptional results as those who are required to commute into a workplace. Being part of an organization, no matter which industry you're in, is important. Most of us work remotely either a day a week or full-time, likely started our career with our employers as non-telecommuters. After proving ourselves to be valuable employees to the organization, the benefit of working remotely can be given to those whose job may not require a steady stream of face-to-face communication. You may have heard in the news recently that some organizations spanning retail, technology, as well as news companies have revoked telecommuting privileges across the entire organization. This had nothing to do with the quality of the product the remote workers were delivering, but more so with the company's ability to remain competitive, as well as improving their business during a time of transition. Having an established corporate culture that is conducive to employee enablement is key to any company's success, whether your employees report in person or work more independently. Companies operating across all industries and of all sizes have begun to review these practices and are deciding if the remote worker enablement program can be introduced as part of the culture they want to build within their organization. Entrepreneur Magazine contributor Lindsay Broder wrote a great article entitled How to Protect Corporate Culture in a Telecommuting World. In the article, she asked 6 questions aimed at the business leader to assist them in deciding whether a work-from-home policy would have an impact on corporate culture. I thought that she did such a great job in articulating some of the concerns that employers have had in the past, and I thought I would share them with you. She starts her article with a very important question, and that is, what kind of culture do you want to create? Teams function better when they interact with one another in person, right? Well, not always. Introducing a telecommuting component to your culture could actually enhance the relationships coworkers make with one another rather than detract from your team's ability to collaborate. What needs does your organization have? Businesses that are geared to drive customers through the door, requiring on-site interactions with customers, need all hands in the office. Comparing that to organizations with a roaming sales force, the latter is less likely to require a support staff where everyone is located under one roof. In the technology sector, where engineers and programmers may be hard to find, it might be better to enable telecommuting to assist your organization's ability to attract talent. How do you plan to make sure a work-from-home policy does not compromise communication? Here, Lindsay shares her personal experience starting her career as a non-telecommuter who is guilty of cubicle-style communication, also known as shouting across the room. She brings up an excellent point, though. As someone who worked in a large open office environment for a long time, the ability to get up and go to somebody's desk or shout across the room for help does carry with it immediate gratification. Continuing on, she asks, how often is it really necessary for employees to collaborate? Often thought of as places that thrive on collaboration, we find that many offices are filled with individuals successfully working independently. Technologies used throughout the office today are often great resources to use in remote collaboration as well. WebEx, JoinMe, Link, Skype for Business. These are all solutions that are commonplace in the office, but they also work great on the go. Gauging productivity to ensure organizational success and achievement of goals is key to any business. Employers should be ready to ask these 2 questions. How will a work-from-home policy affect productivity? And how will you measure your employees' productivity? When Marissa Meyer eliminated the ability to work remotely for many Yahoo employees in 2013, she felt that having people show up for work each day ensured better productivity. For Marissa, she wanted her company to be able to move quicker, and part of that initiative was to have everyone working side by side. People managers need to ensure that the distribution of work is balanced. If gone unnoticed, you risk an increase in destroying corporate culture as well as morale. Making sure that everyone is evaluated evenly lets employees know that it doesn't matter where you're working from, it only matters how they are completing their tasks. Talk numbers. From 2005 to 2012, telecommuting has become a very real cost-cutting measure for organizations. While employees relocate or companies look to open in new markets, the popularity and necessity of telecommuting has increased 2.6%. That number represents a little over 3 million employed Americans. This chart represents by industry the amount of growth each of these types of organizations has experienced in less than 1 decade's time. The United States federal government comes in at number 1, with an amazing 27% growth in work-from-home opportunities, followed by the nonprofit sector, small to medium-sized business, including the enterprise and corporations, with state and local governments rounding out the list. Each of these industries experienced over 1% growth in remote work opportunity during a time when the economy was contracting, showing us that important shifts in the job force and where talent is located are no longer tied to where your company's mail is delivered. For organizations where positions lend themselves to telecommuting, we have seen an overall increase in employee satisfaction, reduction in turnover, and increases in productivity. By all accounts, telecommuting practices seem to be working. The statistics shown here are great, both for the employee and the remote worker. A study conducted by the University of Texas at Austin had shown that those who telecommute were investing commuting time back into the office. By not having to sit in traffic, non-hourly employees showed gains in productivity by investing their commute time back into their work. When the same employees were asked about how satisfied they were with their work situation, the numbers showed that almost 3/4 of employees reported being happier with their work situation over the 2/3 of employees polled who commuted to a company's workplace on a more frequent basis. A Consumer Electronics Association study titled "The Energy and Greenhouse Gas Emissions Impacts of Telecommuting and E-Commerce" goes on to provide data points that suggest the average commuter travels 1,400 miles per year. That's the distance between Washington, D.C. and Denver, Colorado. The enablement of telecommuting policies has also reduced the total U.S. gasoline consumption by 0.5%, saving 1 out of every 200 gallons of gas. Thank you to CEA, the Consumer Electronics Association, the University of Texas, and the Global Workplace Analytics for publishing these reports. Great work by all the teams. Some positions within companies require travel that keeps the employee away from the office for days and potentially weeks at a time. Those employees often touch base to stock up on sales literature, get their mail, and have meetings that require they be in the room. Other positions within the organization allow our colleagues to work remotely for longer stretches of time, traveling to client sites and branch offices only as needed. The technology that allows road warriors to extend their time out of the office for long stretches are the same solutions that permit remote employees to successfully perform their tasks and go longer in between office visits. Instant messaging solutions like Link or Skype by Microsoft allow us to instant message our colleagues, while also sharing our screens to collaborate in real time. This is the technological equivalent of walking over to a coworker or finding a meeting space to present and collaborate. Communication technology has the ability to transform a coffee house into a boardroom. Instead of going to work, many telecommuters simply let the work come to them. Cell phones and wireless internet access have cut the cord on our reliance of employer-provided technologies. Utilizing these available platforms, you are able to securely access your corporate information as well as delivering on your customers' expectations. Newer, faster, lightweight computing devices like tablets and ultrabooks have made an impact on our ability to more easily travel and present. Paired with security features like disk encryption and mobile device management, These devices are as safe in the office as they are on the go. Along with great technology, our ability to complete tasks in a timely manner also depends on having the ideal environment to stay productive. While being on the move can make sense to a lot of people, it's still important to place value on having your core workspace and hours clearly defined. You can start by following these simple steps. Ensuring you have the ability to have large blocks of uninterrupted, independent time to complete your tasks, and ensuring that you and your employer are able to keep and maintain a schedule. This could easily mean that you define the beginning and end points of any tasks that you need to complete during your workday. At Mindshift, we know that offering the right mix of IT services is only part of the solution. Whether you're looking for a partner to enable your organization to be more productive, or you're looking for a service provider to take over your entire IT function, we give you the attention that you deserve and the strategic guidance you need to succeed and grow. By creating content to help you learn about the solutions available in the market today, we strive to keep our commitment to our customers by offering solutions that help your organization thrive. Through blog posts, webinars like this, and white papers created with focused content, it's all just another way Mindshift delivers IT peace of mind. We offer a broad range of services on a grow-as-you-go basis, including server management, desktop management, end-user support, infrastructure management, and professional services. Again, thank you everyone for taking the time to join me today. We appreciate your attendance and hope that we were able to keep it fun and informative. My email address is on this slide, as well as you can find us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook to stay up to date on industry news. Also, please feel free to contact me with any questions about how Mindshift and I can assist you further on this topic or any other IT needs your organization may have. Thank you all again for your time. Done.
Thank you. Please stand by.